Hello and welcome to weekly Inside for Tech video series about things which we think are important and matter. Today we are going to look at the future of urbanization. The world has been going through a downtrodden path of inefficient energy usage. In fact, if we look past into our own history, we would notice that even ancient cities like the Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro in the Indus Valley civilization in ancient Rome had better drainage systems and energy usage than many countries at present have. All these point towards one thing. Our style of living could really undergo a major change. This change would be for the better. Mankind has spent the first half of technology in a very unmindful way. The next half is going to be much better, or so we hope at least. The cities of the future are going to take a much better shape, some of which can only be assumed as science fiction at present. But from some of the recent discoveries, we get a few pointers on what we're going to expect to see in the future. Many of you might have already heard of smart future cities. You might already have an idea of how they would look like. Songdo in South Korea might serve as a good example of what smart cities would look like. It took $40 billion to make this place, and it was well worth it. There were sensors planted everywhere around this city, and the central garbage system automatically sucked the garbage out of every house. Nobody had to throw garbage out anymore. Singapore, after reaching its peak of investment sector, is now aiming to be recognized as the first smart nation of the world. In fact, they are striving to achieve this by 2020. Their constructions are now giving priority to going green. Vertical greenery is one of the things which have become a main aspect of their architecture. There is a 24-story residential area in Singapore, which has found its place in the Guinness Book of World Records for having the largest vertical garden. Taking a hint from the above-mentioned smart cities, we can guess how our future cities are going to look like. There have been many speculations, but bringing it down to the realities, here are a few ways we can expect to see our future cities. 1. Live buildings. This means that our homes and buildings will become more aware of how we use our energy, and will adapt our requirements individually. Even buildings are supposed to be monitoring our energy usage, etc. This is likely to happen because it can save us a lot of unnecessary energy costs. 2. Self-driven cars. This is one of the most likely things to happen. Right now, many cars are in the process of running with electricity. If that happens, then controlling your car via remote or even automated driving isn't impossible. 3. Smart grids. Each individual and their power source will connect with one another so that energy is used efficiently and money is saved. It will also reduce power cuts and outages. 4. Solar-powered transport. With everything moving the energy-efficient way, it leaves less doubt as to why the transport system would not be dependent on solar power as well. But one thing is for sure, the transport system will become lightning fast when that happens. The cost of travel may also be reduced drastically. 5. High-speed distance travel. Here comes the coolest thing. You might even be able to travel a distance of miles within minutes via the solar pods. These pods will be depressurized and elevated, just like the Hyperloop concept of Elon Musk. 6. Efficient water usage. There is a possibility of using rainwater harvesting techniques, but it does not stop at that. The future cities hold a much better promise of using our resources efficiently, and using water properly is a big part of that. 7. Energy-independent homes. How many of us have thought about having our own resources at least once? Almost all of us have dreamt of not paying the bills and utilizing energy from our own resources. There is a chance that people will shift towards the energy-independent homes in the future, getting their energy from wind turbines, solar panels, etc. According to the National Resource Defense Council, NRDC, the urban population will continue to rise in the next 50 years. This means there will be more houses and other developments. In fact, according to the NRDC reports, there is going to be 89 million homes and 17.5 billion square meters under residential and retail space. So let us hope we as a humanity will use this space and development wisely and responsibly. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment this video if you liked it. And do not forget to come next week for another exciting video about future tech trends topics.